What's up, Juventini? It is here, a big one today with Max Allegri making his return to the Allianz Stadium, this time with Milan as Juve play host, and a big 3 points up for grabs. Will Tudor keep the edge between the two coaches as he's got 3 wins and 2 draws versus Allegri, or will Allegri get the laugh this time around? We're going to take a look at the starting lineups. We're going to get into everything as we are only about 15 minutes away from kickoff, all right? So let's get into it. First off, I'll hit you with the starters for Milan. This is it. Maignan in goal, Tomori, Gabbia, Vlahović as expected. Everything is pretty much as expected for Milan. Salamakers, Fofana, Modric, and Rabiot in the middle of the park. Bartesegui will step in for Estupinan. And then you have Jimenez and Pulisic up top. For Juventus, this is it from Tudor, and it is exactly as expected in the projections. You got Di Gregorio, Gatti, Rugani, and Kelly, your back 3. Kalulu, Locatelli, McKennie, and Cambiaso across the middle. Chico Conceição, Keenan Yildiz, and Jonathan David. So David, despite the showing I think was worse in the first half against Villarreal, Tudor goes back to him today. Conceição was incredible stepping onto the pitch in the second half of that game. He gets the nod here. The big question mark are certain things that we've had issues with, like Gatti and Kalulu sharing the right side of the pitch. Will this actually play out as a 4-3-3 though, with Cambiaso acting as one of the midfielders? Potentially. We have to wait and see, everybody, all right? But that is your lineups going into this one. And we said Tudor, was he going to pull the strings and do something tactically to help Juventus in this one? Is a 4-3-3 how it's going to shape up? You could have made the argument for 2 strikers in this game as well, but this is going to be one hell of a matchup, and we will see how it flies for Juventus. That is it. You guys know what to do though. Hit me with your predictions. All right, I shared mine. I actually think in a match like this where tactics can kind of fly out the window sometimes and it can become a dogfight in these big games, I think McKennie. I'm going to go with McKennie being my way too early man of the match. I'm calling a 2-1 narrow Juventus victory here at home today, and it would be a big one for Juve. All right, now let's get to some of your comments as more of you are starting to roll in. Great to see you in here. Cugino, Eddie, Sikoko, Cristi Milli, Sikoko in here, Mitch. Anthony Lafleur, who says, Ciao, Alberto. My big question is, why is Tudor continuing to play Kalulu at that wingback position when he's not a wingback? Didn't you guys sign wingbacks in the summer? Well, we got rid of one to sign one in João Mario, and I'll be quite honest, I also don't understand this Gatti Kalulu right-sided thing that Tudor seems to just be hooked and fixated on. I'm not getting it, but nonetheless, hey, he's the one in charge. Is what it is. 5 Italians starting. Gotta love it. There you go. 3-1 win tonight from Cristi Milli. Love it. Sikoku, 3-2 win. Ciao, Mitch. Great to see you in here. I think Tudor will outclass tactically Max. Hey, I don't care how. Just get the job done. Adam Khan, great seeing you in here. Ciao, Berto and Army. Let's get this W. He's also predicting a 2-1 win. Skanga, who was with me on the pregame show, also predicting a 2-1 victory for Juventus. But there are question marks there. There are players that Juve has to watch out for. Obviously, I'm biased, but I thought we did a great job in the preview to this match, as there's a lot of stories there, right? For me, Juve's really got to pick it up at the wingback position. Cambiaso hasn't been putting forward great performances. He simply hasn't. And Kalulu, as mentioned, he leaves a lot to be desired. So we really need play on the outsides to pick up, and that will also help everyone. It'll help the midfielders, It'll help Conceição, Yildiz. we really need some more impact and influence from the outsides. The big question mark is Milan's midfield. They have a strong midfield. Obviously, adding in Rabiot there, Modric was there, and Fofana is an animal in there, covers a lot of ground, makes it very, very tough to play in there if your touch isn't on point, because he closes down spaces so fast. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to give. Milan has also held a lot of opponents scoreless. They're barely allowing goals. They've allowed 3 this season. One was a PK to Napoli, and the other 2 were in the first match to Cremonese. Otherwise, they have not conceded. But I did say on the pregame show, they're not conceding, but it's not the cleanest, and it's not the prettiest, and they can be punished. And make no mistake about it, Yildiz, Conceição, and even Jonathan David will make Max a little weary, and he will have them back a bit. I don't think they're just going to run and gun at us. How they will look to exploit us, something that teams are starting to pick up on when it comes to Juve. That's the transitional game. Max loves the transitional game. This is ideal for Max. This is playing to Max's wheelhouse. He'll sit back. He'll give us the ball. Pounce on mistakes so Juve can't make those mistakes. We can't turn the ball over cheaply. And that has been something that has been following certain guys. Guys like Chico, guys like Yildiz, I'm not worried about. Even Jonathan David for that matter. But Cambiasso has been giving the ball up very cheaply. Cope Miners has been giving up the ball very cheaply, but he's not there. Gatti and Kalulu have been giving the ball up in very, very difficult circumstances for Juve to clean up. So we have to play a very clean game. We also have to look to move the ball very, very quickly. If we are slow, again, they're going to clamp down. It's going to be very, very difficult for Juventus. So, again, all these things are going to be key for Juve. Can they get the job done? Hey, we're about to find out, as we aren't far from kickoff, all right? 10 minutes from kickoff in this one. Keep hitting me with your predictions, all right? And we'll go through some comments here. We got an early storm the barn in from Mitch here. Let's pull it up. Isn't it time to let loose the David Zhegrova tandem? They have chemistry. Why not play them? Yeah, Tudor definitely has some guys that he's leaning on that he really likes. Chico Conceição has emerged as one of them. Zhegrova, hey, I always said it and I stand firm. I mean, he should eventually get the start, and I do believe that at some point he could end up being the 1A option, but Conceição is doing fantastic under Tudor. The fact since he's moved in more centrally, and even Yildiz has been doing better since moving slightly more in centrally, the two of them, when they're both on the pitch, it makes life easier for the other. So, hey, I'm fine. If you want to pull Chico in on tired legs, great. If you want to pull Zhegrova in on tired legs, I'm fine with that too. So I really have no problem with it. But yeah, at some point, Zhegrova's going to have to get a start, to Mitch's question. At some point, you're going to want to see David and Zhegrova together as they were previously. Let's see. Keenan shouldn't start, and Cambiasso either. Cambiasso really needs to pick it up. And I mean, the discussion should have been there for him from the coaching staff that, like, hey, you know, we are essentially putting our names on the line here for every player here, and you got to start rewarding us when you get that call. Cambiasso needs to pick it up. He needs to get the job done. And so do others. But, I mean, if you're not going to start both of those guys, you're going to want one of them. And, again, creation is key. You want to have balance. We can't sacrifice balance. You have to have some balance in there, all right? I also want to talk about something else. Obviously, Allegri returns to Allianz here, and the Curva did put out a statement for Max Allegri, and I'll read it out to you as follows. This is from, obviously, the Curva. Naturally, it begins with Mr. Allegri returning to Turin as an opponent. But let's be honest, he'll never truly be an opponent. He is and always will be one of us, even from the other side of the barricade. Because Allegri divided opinion so much, his football wasn't always spectacular, but it always effective. Some numbers will remain forever. 5 Scudetti, 5 Coppa Italia titles, 2 Supercoppa, and unforgettable European nights. A tireless worker who arrived in the ashes left by Antonio Conte, who described Juventus as a club with only 10 euros in its wallet, unable to afford a 100 euro restaurant, yet Allegri took us all the way to Berlin. He was criticized for leaning on Conte's foundation, yet he built a new powerhouse squad that took us within touching distance of the dream in Cardiff. Not only did he lead the first cycle of success, he also sat on that fiery bench no one wanted. A club in disarray, Juventus amid chaos through penalties, leadership changes, and absent directors, he still led Juve to lift another Coppa Italia, and above all, the class with which he defended Juventus from outside attacks, including foreign media, shocking refereeing errors such as in the Coppa Italia final, delivering a fiery showdown against Rocky. Critics say he earned a lot of money, rightfully so, because he's a professional, and what a professional he was. The cover image captures how much Allegri loved us, sitting on the advertising board, savoring for one last time his wonderful fans, celebrating a trophy won. An unworthy club denied you the chance to receive the well-deserved embrace of the Juventus family. But that day, mister, is coming, because even if you didn't always entertain us, my God, how much joy you gave us, mister. Welcome home, Massimiliano Allegri. Wow, those are the words there. And I tell you, that's a hell of a statement there. Certain ones I'm not really agreeing with, calling that the club didn't deserve him, etc. and whatnot for how things shook up. Look, 2.0 was a disaster. 2.0 was a disaster. But it wasn't all on him. And I still agree with making the change that Juve made. However, nothing will take away everything that he did provide us and everything that he brought. And I do appreciate his time there. And I do appreciate that he always fought for Juventus. And I will always have respect for him. Even if 2.0 wasn't great, and even if I did want to change one, I still respect Massimiliano Allegri. And there are memories there that will never leave me. All right, so he will remain in my heart. But today, Max, hey, welcome back. But I want to welcome you back with one of these. Let's get the win, all right? Let's get the win. Get to some more Storm the Barn. How do you think Rugani will handle his first start of the season? This is definitely baptism by fire. I don't think it's going to be necessarily a baptism by fire. Rugani, with the years as they've gone by, despite never being a big minutes player, as the years got by and as he got older, became more reliable and less shaky. So I think it's going to be okay. I think he's going to do just fine. My pick for man of the match is Weston McKennie. I actually think Weston McKennie will put forward a very strong performance in a match like this where sometimes tactics go out the window. So I'm going to go with him. I predict 1-0 Juve goal from Rugani on a corner kick. We get a clean sheet in this game. I'd love it. I would love it. Pulisic is going to be one to watch. This guy is red hot to start the season. And Modric, that's a big question mark. We can't give this guy too much time in there. He'll cook. Berto, where the hell can a guy watch a Juve game in Toronto? Cafe Diplomatico is going to play the Jays. Go Jays, go. Man, you gotta be a club member at the Juventus official fan club Toronto. They got their own clubhouse, brother. It's fantastic. Seriously. Reach out to them. That's where you want to be, man. A clubhouse. They got wonderful espressos, all sorts of dessert. It's fantastic, okay? There you go. Juventus official fan club Toronto. And for North American fans, not even North American fans, fans worldwide, there are incredible official fan clubs that put in so much work. It's incredible. Join your local official fan club. Right now, across North America, there's Vancouver, there's Hollywood, there's LA, there is DC, there is Boston, Empire State, Windsor, Toronto, Montreal, Florida has like 3. We got Jersey. There is so many, all right? So many. And we are getting ready for the players to come out of the tunnel. I'm fired up. Let's go. None in your country. Start one. The funny thing is, it only takes 3. 3 members. You start an official fan club and you build from there. What's the famous saying? If you build it, they will come. I'll be a member too. I'll be your first member. Let's go. Tuna. This might sound like a stupid question, but can I visit another Juve fan club if I'm in town elsewhere? Absolutely you can. They are more than welcoming. It's an incredible, incredible scene, man. We've had the Toronto guys go to Empire State. Man, when I went to LA to watch the team in the summer, I can't even explain to you how good to me Hollywood, LA was. Incredible stuff. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. All right, we got them coming out here. And of course, we have betting ads. Betting ads in Serie A, you know. You had players in trouble with betting scandals and whatnot, but the league loves to push betting sites. What do I know? What do I know? All right. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. And go Jays go today. Go Jays go. Jonas Rui in at halftime. At the concessions, Adam? What do you mean in at halftime? Not making the squad list today. Reminder, everybody, while the Serie A anthem goes on, that is your starting lineup. Di Gregorio, Gatti, Rugani, Kelly. You got Kalulu, Locatelli, McKennie, Cambiasso across the middle, Conceição, Yildiz, and David. Let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. They to the J. They to the Jays. Oh, to the Jays defeating the Yanks. Yeah. I thought for a second the Jays were grabbing Days out there. We don't, no. Yeah, Rabiot's return. I got Rabiot's return right here. Te afangul. All right, everybody, let's get ready to rock. The graphics are there. The teams are on the pitch. We're set to get rolling here. Set to get rolling. Again, listed as 3-4-2-1, but you just never know. And we gotta shut down that middle of the park there for Milan. It'll all start there. Having Estupinan serving a suspension will help us too, because he's been a little bit of a catalyst for Milan. But Salamakers has been great. Him and Pulisic doing fantastic work for Milan. I'm still not sold on that backline with Tomori, Pavlovic, and Gabbia. I think there's mistakes to be had there. And I've said, you know, they've been getting clean sheets, but it's not necessarily that clean. So let's punish them. Let's take it to them. Come on. Maignan and Locatelli taking the coin flip. Of course, you could see Guida as your official in this matchup. And obviously, as Scanga always does, sets the tone. 187 Serie A appearances for Marco Guida. 5.3 yellow per game average. 53 red cards and 71 PKs given in those matches. He's done about 26 Juventus matches. And we have a good record with him. A very good record of 16 of those being victories. Let's add number 17, everybody. Let's add number 17. And this is also true. They are all mutts in Serie A, all the officials. So, true. Tuna spot on there. Guida the mutt. We look at Milan squad. Bartasaghi there. You've got to take advantage there on that right flank. Right flank for Juve. And they're not going to play Fofana right in the middle. They're going to play him off to the side. We should keep Modric back a bit, pulling strings. But Fofana kind of does his best cleaning everything up back there. So that doesn't, I'm not bothered by that. So I'm okay with that. And we're getting ready for kickoff, everybody. Let's go. Giddy up. Waiting for the whistle from Guida. And then we got a big game, big 3 points up for grabs. Forza Juve. And there it is, everybody. Fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Long ball sent forward. This one rolls out. It's going to be Juventus throw. We're synced up. Let's rock and roll. Get those likes up, everybody, while you're in here. Kalulu with the throw in. Oh my God, Chico puts it right back out of bounds. Milan looking to pounce on this into Pulisic immediately. Rabiot cuts inside, then passes it back. Modric now going to swing the field over to Tomori. Tomori now. Salamakers puts it right off Cambiaso's back and out. Tudor hands him the ball. Tudor made me laugh in that presser yesterday. Holy smokes, did he ever make me laugh. 3 minutes of praising Modric and then at the end saying he hopes he shits the bed today. We all do. We all do, Igor. Sent over to the side. Bertasaghi inside for Rabiot. Now played up that flank. That is way too easy. Bertasaghi now moving along there. Gatti on the inside. Holy smokes, that goes in. Fofana ends up deflecting it out, but that's a little bit too easy, guys. Holy smokes, a minute 18 in here, easily carving up that side. And again, you got to ask questions about spreading it out more. 3 midfielders. Just basing it up a bit. That's just way too easy. And that's how I felt the entire time with this 3-4-2-1 is that we're not balanced in closing teams off, and they can move forward pretty quickly and easily against us. But Kelly plays it up for Yildiz. He goes back to Rugani. Rugani now to Gatti. Dead end there. Kalulu. McKennie there. Now Kalulu flips it forward. It's going to be shielded out by Rabiot. Vlahović trying to leave here. McKennie, just the ball flipping around all over the place. Kalulu steps into it. McKennie inside to Chico to David. Back to Kalulu. Too long, man. Slow it right down. He goes back here. Rugani over to Locatelli. Locatelli carries forward with what he has. Now up forward for Cambiaso. Cambiaso, I said he's got to be on today. He's got to have a game. Into Locatelli. Inside for Yildiz. Twisting, turning. 3 men watching him. Into David. Heads it down for McKennie. But he couldn't latch on to it. That was a good idea. And David heads up play to put that into McKennie. But it seemed like McKennie wasn't expecting that. So that's all right. Go back at them. They're going to collapse in there. One of the keys I said, you've got to, if you're Juve, you've got to ask questions in the area of Milan. They're getting clean sheets, but it is not clean. There are errors to be had there, and we must take advantage. Flicked on there by Jimenez, easily picked up by Gatti. Now to Locatelli. Locatelli scanning. Up ahead for Yildiz again, being watched by Salamakers. Played forward. Run in. Oh. And Rugani found himself way up the left flank. I'm not sure why. Played it up to him, and that was always going to be a dead end there. Messy sheet. Yeah, not a clean sheet, a messy sheet. That's gold, Wing. That's gold. Wing of Winter with the gold. A gold wing. That's a hell of a nickname for Wing of Winter. Gold wing. Mignon. Played up for Gabbia. To the outside for Bertasaghi. McKennie forces. Oh, did Rabiot go out there? Yes, he did. Great pressure there from Weston. Chico, get up, man. Come on. 4 minutes in here. Rabiot, we're in number 12. Fitting. 12 total minutes of decent play at Juve. I'm just kidding. He had more than 12 minutes of good play. Oh, yes, Chico. Spread the ball out. There you go. Locatelli over to Kelly. Kelly now to Yildiz. Oof. That's Cambiaso with a heavy touch, actually. Not Yildiz. To the back for Rugani. Over to Gatti. Oh, Gatti, come on. As I stated, guys, you can't turn the ball over cheaply. You don't want to do that. Gatti and Kalulu kills me on the right side. It's just not dynamic enough. Tomori. Back to Gabbia. Modric has dropped all the way back to collect. There he is now. Modric off to an incredible start. He's leading practically every measurable category for midfielders in Serie A right now. And not just offensively, defensively as well. And there he is, sending a long ball forward there, and Rugani heads it out, but only as far as Bertasaghi into Pulisic. Pulisic running at us. Locatelli there. Another ball flipped forward, and Pulisic gets first to it. Rugani watching him. Comes back out to it to Rabiot. Rabiot now. Played to the back for Modric, who starts to put the squeeze on. Here's a cross, and that one's nowhere near anybody, and Di Gregorio easily collects for Juve. What's going on with the feed here? It's glitching out. Come on. Hey. Stay close here. Gatti and Kalulu, man. Jeez. Oh my goodness. I don't know these guys. I'm telling you. I really just don't understand it. Rugani, big header up forward. David goes up for it, but can only flick it straight back. And Gabbia picks it up, goes back to Milan. Milan in possession here. Now played over to Tomori. Back to Milan. Milan carrying it just to the outside of his area. In the half circle. Not even half, semi. It's about 25 out. There is no pressure coming from Juve. Maignan just carrying it forward, scanning. Now out to Bertasaghi. It's a flank you should be taking advantage of with Bertasaghi coming in. And to be honest, I just don't think it's going to happen with Kalulu there. But this could very well be a game where the substitutes are the ones that have to be called upon to make the difference. And I still stand firm. Outside of Leão, who is also hit and miss based on his own consistency, I think we've got more firepower that could come into this game and alter it. So Milan knocking the ball about. Inside, outside, forward, back. Kind of knocking it about everywhere. Looking for some spaces. Pulisic into Jimenez now. He's got a big switch field on for Bertasaghi. Played forward now for Rabiot. Bertasaghi makes the run forward. Gatti watching Rabiot. Plays it back to Modric. Modric now to Gabbia, who step forward. And now trying to go over the top. Gatti's going to watch this one out for a goal kick. And Rabiot gives him a shove. Di Gregorio putting this down. Goal kick. We're about 8 minutes in. Both teams still just getting a feel for one another. Lloyd Kelly. Back to Rugani. At Di Gregorio's feet. To Gatti. We go all the way across now up to Kalulu. Inside for Chico. Drops back. He's going to make a little run here. Is quickly closed down. And that ball's too far ahead there. Wants a foul afterwards. We are going to get it. Trip there from Fofana on Chico Conceição. He did put the ball way too far ahead of Weston. And the restart here. We got Cambiasso running at Milan. Outside to Yildiz. Salamaker steps into him. Gets a touch on it. Throw into Juve. Yildiz takes it. Goes back for Lloyd Kelly. Cambiasso trying to get in a position where he can accept this. There he is on it now. Back out to Locatelli. And Milan just pushing us back, and it's too easy to do that as well. We need more movement off the ball. Inside to Yildiz. Twisting, turning, now outside for Lloyd Kelly. He wants an overlap there, but Yildiz had made his way a little too far back. Here he is inside to Cambiasso, outside to Yildiz. Now to Cambiasso again. Too long, man. Something's got to happen. Oh, McKennie was about to make a good run. Loca didn't see it. We got to look for those. Oh, Cambiasso. Can't keep it in there. Jeez, you guys. There's no real confidence to put the squeeze, pull the trigger, like out in that final third. And A little more risk, a little more bravery. Headed up, Rugani trying to go up for it. He does get to it. Chico plays it back, and Kalulu's going to go inside to Gatti rather than back to Di Gregorio. Gatti, where are you carrying it into 3 players? Just knock the ball about, for God's sakes. Jeez. Sometimes I feel like Gatti and Kalulu's brains combined would still be a little bit short. Chico on it. Right against the flank. Back to Rugani. Get this ball moving quick. Let's go. Up to Yildiz. Oh my God. Somehow it works and he gets away from Fofana. Up ahead for Cambiaso. Cambiaso, the cross is blocked by Salamakers. Headed back to Kelly. Kelly now into Locatelli. Scanning. Need guys to move quick. Come on. You got to move that ball. Take some chances. Let's go. To Chico. Chico turns Bartasagi. You got to take advantage. Inside to Kalulu. Oh my God. Into Mac. And then he takes a foul in the area. Oh my goodness. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but oh my God. A day late, a buck short in there for Big Mac. And that's on a couple of occasions. Got to get on your toes. Got to get on your toes. Ball's going to be restarted in Milan's area after the foul from McKennie on Fofana. Bartasagi back for Pavlovic. Now over to Menyan. Tamori out to his right is going to collect it. Yildiz is going to close it down. Played up for Salamakers. Quick pass inside. Finds his mark. Jimenez now to Rabiot. Bartasagi giving him his overlap. McKennie comes in. Watching Rabiot. Now Kalulu going to engage with Bartasagi. They go back for Modric. Modric telling everyone to calm down. Jonathan David over here forcing him to the right for Tamori. Now to the back. Gabia to Modric. Modric now to Salamakers. Yildiz watching him. He cuts to the inside. Now David will take over, closing down on Modric. Now you have Pavlovic to Bartasagi. Back to Pavlovic. Milan knocking this one around the perimeter. David so far just moving left to right, offering a little bit of coverage. Yildiz will offer a little coverage to Tamori. Inside to Salamakers. Locatelli watches him. Milan still just around the perimeter. Can't find any lanes. Modric is the one that will take chances. He will send some through balls in. He will go over the top. And there's a lot of movement. And here's Tamori trying to get one through. And there's Pulisic headed into the middle. Lloyd Kelly comes in, wins it. And Yildiz. Nice first touch and then played to Cambiaso. Cambiaso taking a long time. Into Yildiz now. Now we switch the ball over to Conceição. Gives himself a minute. Stops there. And here's Kalulu. He's going to cut inside now. Now out to Chico. Chico. Want some options here. Gatti now out to Kalulu. Bartasagi's going to engage. He feints a cross in. Back to Gatti. And again, there's not enough movement off the ball. That's the problem. We knock it around the outskirts, but then it's literally all you get is a 1v1 because there's not enough options. Nobody's moving off the ball. Here's Locatelli on it. There's no options. He's closed down. He's getting pinned deeper and deeper. And in the end, the ball's out of bounds. Like, it's just, we take any opportunities away from ourselves. It's wild. Ball's on the outside right. You have bodies all over there. And Kalulu freezes. Gatti freezes. And nobody's moving off the ball. And then you swing it out to the left. You got one man there. You still got to wait for everybody to get over there. My goodness. It's a little bit too slow. It's a little bit too slow, and it's stagnant off the ball. And my goodness, this could be Cortomuso game. You might be right. their dorsum. But here's Vlahović making a run. Chico's closing him down very fast. Gives him a little bit of a shoulder. Bartasagi collects. Plays it back. Again, Modric. Always pulling the strings from deep here. Pulisic comes back. Plays it to Gabbia. Now out to Salamakers. Cambiasso will go close him down. Played back for Tomori. Again, Milan knocking it about. Here's Vlahović. Run forward into Pulisic. David comes back. Good play from David. Heads up as there was a little bit of space opening up in the middle there. And again, this is one of the things with two midfielders. Cross comes in. Di Gregorio all over it. One of the things with the two-man mids, a little bit too much space in there for guys to do that. But David had to exert a lot of energy to come back and track back to help there. And a good thing he did as Pulisic was running at us. Maignan on it now. Bartasagi. Back for Maignan again. Next to nothing for pressure from Juventus. Milan able to knock the ball about. Here's Modric to Gabbia. And Juve's going to want to get on this ball a bit here. Let's go. Tomori's forced all the way back to Gabbia. Modric. Into Salamakers. Vlahović. Back for Maignan. We're just happy to sit back here, but I tell you, gonna want the ball. Gonna want to get this ball. Playing a transition game against a team that only plays once a week too. They're gonna all be fresh legs. Everyone's gonna do just fine. Chico Conceição applying a little pressure there. Vlahović cuts inside of him. Back for Rabiot, who drops. It's gonna carry it forward here through the middle. Hits the halfway line. Continues to drive forward. Now over Fofana. Yildiz coming back to help. Guys, get the ball here. Little 1-2 there. Fofana trying to sell one. Locatelli says, get up. Get up. Please. No fare farfalle. But a little 1-2 there from Salamakers and Fofana. Restart. Out to Kelly. Up the line for Yildiz. Dangerous pass in for Cambiasso. Salamakers all over that one. But it does go out all the way for a goal kick. It's very slow from Juve. Very, very slow. We're easy to pin. Very easy to pin the way we play. Rugani. Over to Di Gregorio. And he goes route one. Tomori heads this one down. Yildiz or Conceição and David. Mix it up now out to Kalulu. Kalulu moving forward.
I started my bike and I turned off.
Awesome, sweetheart.
Then I fall off my bike and the ball cut.
That's okay. That's part of it. Well done, sweetheart.
And next time you're coming.
You got it. All right, we got the restart here. Rugani. Over to Locatelli. Now out to Lloyd Kelly. Up to Yildiz. Being watched by Salamakers. To Locatelli. You know, I'd like to see Yildiz even make some runs in behind the defense. Always to feet. Always to feet, but like... that's all we do. We just look... Everybody. Ball at feet. Never any aerial balls. Balls behind. Like, here's Yildiz working on. Salamakers just can't connect with David. It's clear, but Yildiz keeps it in. Out to Kelly, but he's left-footed. Can line up a right-footed cross in the mixer there. Locatelli into Cambiasso. Now back outside for Rugani. Juve's turn with a little bit of possession here. Rugani over to Gatti. Jeez. Rugani now goes over the top and David's offside. We're just so... How do you even stay offside when Juve's playing though? Like, we're so slow on the ball. You can't get back in time? Like, it's crazy to me at how slow we play. Come on. Pick it up. Pick it up. Modric on it now. To Fofana. Locatelli forces him back to Gabi again. Out to Modric. Modric all the way back to Maignan. David just creeping up a little bit now. Applies a little bit of pressure. He's going route one. Lloyd Kelly back there. Heads it down. Out to the side. I don't think Cambiaso's going to catch it. Throw in to Milan. Salamaker's back to Tomori. All the way back to Gabbia. Now over to Pavlovic. Pavlovic back to Maignan. Tomori tries to go route one. Locatelli cuts it out. Now into McKennie. McKennie carries forward. Up for Chico. Chico. Pressured by Rabiot. You got to move the ball, Chico. You got to move the ball, Chico. You've got to move the ball, Chico. Now Pulisic running at us. Rugani there. And he falls on his own. Oh my God. He still almost played it. Side. Guys, come on. Wake up. You got him down standing in front of you and you're all watching the ball. Guy almost set up a goal while on the ground. Pay attention. Eee! There's nothing there. Stop lobbying. Get your asses up. Play the game. Wake up, Juve. Oh my God, Yildiz. That's filthy. Lokonen now switching the field to Kalulu. Let's go. Now 1 hour, Kalulu. There you go. Chico working on Bertasagi here. Rabiot's in tight there too. Right footed. Oh! McKennie just couldn't latch on to that. That's a great ball. Gatti steps up. Holy Christ, get the ball out of your feet. Kalulu going to the back. Locatelli tries a bike there from the top. Respect, but just couldn't connect. That would have been something. Okay, you need a warning shot. You need to make mistakes at the back to wake up in this game. Let's go. Let's go. Play quicker. You want to hurt teams? Play quicker. And Chico Conceição, you cannot get caught like that. You cannot get caught like that. You've got to move the ball. Shit. You got a defender back there. You let Pulisic run out our defense. Just pass it back to that fucking guy when you're in trouble. Wake up. We cannot make mistakes. Transition is how opponents have hurt us this season. Don't give them the opportunity to do that. Let's go. Pavlovic. David applying pressure there. Come on, pounce on this, boys. There you go. Loka steps up. Now played out to Kalulu. Holy fuck, man. I'm telling you, these guys. We recover it. Into Yildiz turns and fires. That shot's blocked. And Locatelli trying to recover again. That's a boot there from Jimenez. And Locatelli's going to earn the foul there. And battling for 50-50s. Bravo, Loca. Steps in there with Rabiot. Gets, oh my God, man. Boot to the junk. Oh my God. Boot to the junk. Dorsium thinks it's time for Coco Melon. I thought we retired that last season, but maybe we bring it back. Should we make the attempt, Dorsium? What do you guys think? Army, time for a little Coco Melon? My daughter did walk in a couple minutes ago to the live, so maybe it's time for a little Coco Melon. Or maybe this year we change it up. We give it a little bit of pizzazz and the Coco Melon. Coco Melon. Locatelli drives that one in, and Gatti does head it, but easily caught by Maignan. He runs into McKennie and bails down. Give me a break, Mike. Come on. Let's go, Mike. This is accurate as well. It's actually David he ran into, not McKennie. This game would have been Coop's pace. Oh my God. He would have found a way, the way this year's going, he would have found a way to still be Off the mark. Oh my God. Step there, Kalulu. Holy fuck, guys. Guys. You gotta be joking me. This guy's a professional footballer. Holy hell. You gotta be joking me. Incredible. Incredible stuff, guys. I have no words for shit like that. David. Touch too far for him. Inside Modric now finds Fofana. Locatelli getting drug out there. You want him in the middle of the pitch. Conceição applying a little bit of pressure there. We've kind of lost our shape here. And this is a problem. We're getting scattered. Another thing I don't like with a 3-4-2-1. We have now regained our setup. But it's too easy to pull us out of positions. Are we convinced? It says, why shoot? Are we convinced Kalulu was shooting there? I don't know what the heck he's doing. It's terrible if it's a pass. It's terrible if it's a shot. It's terrible. It's just terrible. That was crazy. Crazy to watch. Can't tell me João Mario doesn't do better in a situation like that where they cough the ball up in the middle and we can run at them. Inside to Pulisic. McKennie watching him, forcing him back to Modric. Has Rabiot to his right. Pokes it to him. He scans, going to go back to Modric. Modric can't give him space like that. You don't want him just pulling strings easily. Get the ball out of his feet. Ask these other mutts to orchestrate. Vlahović now, again, back for Modric. Yes, force him away from the ball. Rabiot. Bartasaghi. And that's cut off. David now on it. Little poke out for Conceição. Into David. There you go. Regroup. Well done. Now Locatelli could switch field. Over to Lloyd Kelly. Takes a touch. Carries into Milan's area. Yildiz now back. Or Cambiasso, excuse me, back. Locatelli. Back to Rugani. Rugani to Kalulu. Gatti stepping up into the midfield. No thank you, guys. No thank you. Just get back there and protect in case we cough it up. Locatelli into Cambiasso. Puts it on the carpet for Kalulu, carrying it forward. What's he going to tee it up from half this time? Come on, man. Jesus, looks like a deer on ice. Chico running at Bartasaghi. Feints across. He's got two guys. Oh, beats him to the right. Cross in. McKennie, little touch there. Oh, no. Right across goal. Touch off McKennie with the ball from Conceição. That's great from Chico. Oh, if David is moving to that one, but that's a hard one to anticipate. But if he's moving on that one in the right direction, that's a tap in at the back post. Now Milan coming back us the opposite way. It's Pulisic. Being watched by Kalulu. Forces him to Fofana. Fofana now over to Tomori. Has Salamakers against the flank. Plays it to him. Cambiasso watching him. Cuts inside. Yildiz forces him to Gabia. Modric. Inside to Rabiot. Why did we let him go? Oh. Wide of Di Gregorio's goal there. Rabiot trying to hit a golazzo there and pick off that short side corner. Can't let them find those spaces so easily. Come on. Gatti over to Kalulu. Jesus, man. He takes so long. Nice little ball in for David. Now to Locatelli trying to hit Cambiasso. Little flick on for Yildiz. Come on, go. Look at Kelly on his horse giving him an overlap. Oy, 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 oy. Too much, too much. Lloyd Kelly gave up his run for a split second. Then Yildiz was going to cut in. The two of them... Yeah, misread. I thought Yildiz should have played off Cambiasso there, a little poke inside, and then just move forward. Okay, how many times are we going to see this Rabiot wide shot? Come on. Gabbia now over to Bartasagi. McKennie watching him. Forces him back. Pavlovic over to Gabbia. Next to nothing for pressure over to Milan there from Juve. I'll hit you with the stats right now, everybody. 56% possession in favor of Milan. They've had 2 attempts. Juve registered for 5 attempts. There's a foul there on Locatelli. Just holding up Salamakers and slowing him down, and that was the right call in that instance. So now you got Modric on set pieces, so you'll have to be aware there as well. And he's lining this one up. So I'd expect a very good delivery here, and they've got some bodies that can attack this ball. And here it comes from Modric, but it's low. And in the end, Kalulu clears it. And Chico does well to force them all the way back to Maignan, and Juve can regroup in position. Played back to Maignan again, now to Modric. Yildiz closing down. Played back for Maignan. David's going to apply pressure here. We're trying to put a little bit of a squeeze there. Headed down, and we can't win that one. Gatti loses it here. Pulisic beating him to it. Now to Santi Jimenez. Running at Juve. Oh, you got to step to that, boys. Boys. That is just shocking defending for me, man. I'm sorry. And everybody that's sending out the apology letters on Lloyd Kelly and everything, like, step to the man, and then he just gives up there. Stay with your bloody man and run him down. Don't back off, because the other guys are going to be caught flat-footed, which is exactly what happened there. Holy hell, man. It starts there, and then it just gets worse down the line for defending. Holy smokes. You're not called off a player, you step on. And he should have stepped up earlier. Just shocking stuff from these guys at the back, man. It's just crazy to me. Rugani to Kalulu. Inside to McKennie. Back out to Gatti. Gatti, Jesus. An absolute muffin to Rugani while there's pressure there. Locatelli into McKennie. Into Yildiz. We pass the ball so damn slow that Yildiz has to look over his shoulder 1,000,000 times to make sure nobody's coming by the time that thing gets there, rather than just hit him at his feet and he can move. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Hit the damn ball. Put a little something on it. Let's go. Gatti into Locatelli. Locatelli with a good ball behind Kalulu. In for David. Oh, he slips. You gotta be kidding me, man. Back on it here. McKennie. Oh, bad touch. But he still saves it. Yildiz is right there, Cambiaso. Oh, my goodness, you guys. Ah, David, it's just... When it rains, it pours at Juve, it seems. When it rains, it pours. Locatelli trying to slice one there at the back post. That's a great ball from Loca, too. Kalulu, good ball in. And David, just as he pulls back to hit it, slips. Oh, my goodness, man. Just totally slipped. His foot just... His cleat never caught at all. Holy smokes, man. Oh my goodness, man. When it rains, it pours. 34 minutes, 25 seconds. We got Gatti leaking. So he's bleeding. He needs attention right now. They can't let him continue like that. It's frustrating. He's just going to get roasted, but at the end of the day, it's a slip, boys. He's not the first. He's not the last that's going to slip. Kalulu has a throw into Locatelli. Pressured there by Jimenez. Inside Pulisic into Jimenez. Oh, and a foul there on Kelly. Another free kick to contend here. Has Gatti re-entered the pitch? Yes, he has. Modric standing over this one. Again in a good spot. Sends this one back post. It's headed out. Rugani. Now Chico. In the middle for David, but he just can't beat Pulisic to that one. He recovers for Milan. Now Tomori. Back into Pulisic. Twisting and turning in the middle to Modric. Again out to Tomori. David's pressing forward. They go back to Mignon and David's going to apply pressure. Wanted somebody there stepping into Gabbia. Nobody came forward and now Milan can move. And Modric. Errant pass there from him, which doesn't happen a lot, but still Milan managed to salvage possession. Vlahović now to Rabiot. Pulisic right ahead of him. Turns, has Modric to his right. There he is. Tomori creeping up that right flank. Salamaker starting to move in. Now Modric switches field. Bartasaghi on it against the left flank. Played in deep. Pulisic running on it. Chico pushes him. Oh, what a great job from Chico there. Pushed forward for David. Now swung out to Kalulu. And Kalulu feints a big cross. Inside for David now. David dribbles forward. Drops it off for Chico. Chico into Cambiaso. Played back to Rugani. Switch that field. Let's go. There you go. Oka now up forward for Kelly. Yildiz to him. Working on Tomori. Cuts inside. On the carpet. Kalulu. Oi, oi, oi. Fuck this guy. It's a trampoline, man. It's a trampoline. He's got no options. Nobody is moving for Yildiz there. This is what I mean. Everybody's ball watching. Come on. Here's Chico working on Bartasaghi. Does it again on the carpet this time, and Gatti's touch takes him out of it. Oh, too much standing. Too much standing there for Juve. Yildiz twisting and turning. They're all backing off and nobody's moving. Nobody's giving him somebody to play off of or anything, or just find in the area something. Chico's down now. Oh, man, don't take Chico out of this game, man. Hopefully he's all right. Otherwise, Zhegrova better be ready for a healthy amount of minutes if Chico's going down. But what the hell? Well, well, well. Gabbia on and now on the restart. Chico out there. Everything's fine. 40 minutes, 5 seconds. Tomori goes all the way back to Mignon. On the carpet out for Vlahović. Pressed by Chico. Oh, guys, are you joking me? Bravo to Lloyd Kelly, who wins it back after Juve players just standing there watching the ball roll all the way through to Jimenez. This is just... I don't understand how you're just sleeping. Like, Rugani there just stops on that ball. And Gatti stops too. Put a name on it. Go and claim the damn ball. Holy hell, what are we doing here? Gatti back for Rugani. He's got Kelly to his left. He's carrying up to the halfway line. Now delivers to Kelly. Cambiaso moves inside centrally. Him and Locatelli are essentially in the same spot right now, so there's no options. Gatti now to Chico. Running out Rabiot. Modric is in the middle there. Plays over to Locatelli, who stops it. Twists and turns. Has Cambiaso there. Plays it to him. He's got Yildiz out there working on Salamakers. Tomori right behind him. Cuts in. Out to Cambiaso. Now out to Kelly. Dead. Dead in the water. Second that happens. The only way that guy's going to help out offensively if he's on the run on an overlap and you catch him. Again, Kelly on it. Nothing. Yildiz. And he loses it to Fofana. Absolutely stagnant attack. Absolutely stagnant attack in the build-up. Now Rabiot running out as Kalulu does well. Forces him to the outside for Pulisic. Gatti watching him. But he goes inside for Vlahović. Vlahović turns to the outside. And there it is. And there it is. Just about like that. Just about like that because you're sleeping. Absolutely asleep. Gatti sleeping there. And what do we say? Don't give the ball away cheaply. There's Kenan Yildiz with an absolute cheap giveaway. Kalulu Gatti standing as Vlahović moves to the outside. Puts a cross in there. And fortunate enough, this one just misses that back corner. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable how messy we are at the back. Crazy. Launch forward by Di Gregorio. Headed on to David. David's on it. Kelly is the one that heads it on there. He cuts inside. Oh, laid it off for Chico. And Kalulu. Kalulu. That's better for David, and that's kind of more his bread and butter, getting on the ball, moving in, being a part of it, setting things up. Kalulu. Madonna mia. Madonna mia. Che disastro. Che disastro. I'm sorry, just take Gatti out, put Kalulu at the back, let him play his game there, and bring on somebody dynamic if you want to stick with this setup. And Rugani doing well, battling there, winning those battles, but Yildiz steps into David there. We got a foul here. Should be a card too, probably, on Fofana and Locatelli. Locatelli taking his lumps in there. There's the yellow for Fofana. So this bodes well for Juve, especially the way Fofana plays. Maybe we can get him in something. And I tell you what, Max isn't going to want to take him out of there. High boot there coming inside. Again, Locatelli's already taken one to the junk. We're almost at the 45th minute mark. We are going to have some extra minutes. There's not a whole lot in this first half. But Juve's got to find a way to create some danger. And so far they haven't. And the only times that they have, it's just been to the wrong guys. Ball slotted over for Rugani. Has Lloyd Kelly to his left. Waits, takes his sweet time before delivering. Kelly trying to run at Fofana. He is carrying the ball forward. He's down deep, trying to cross it in. David just can't connect. Blocked by Gabbia, though, so this will be a corner kick to Juventus. We've hit the 45th minute mark. There's only going to be 1 minute of added time here at the half. This would be a way to finish the half. Find one on a set piece at a corner here. Find somebody's head here, Keenan. Let's get out of here with the lead. Yildiz, the delivery. It's short. It's to Chico. And another block. This one by Modric. We're going to have another corner. Guys, screw this short stuff and send it in there. Like, let's go. You got two guys watching the short anyways, in Salamakers and Modric. Just have it in. And somebody get ahead to this. Yildiz now. Here comes the delivery. It's in there. It's going back post, but Mignon easily handles that one. Throws it out quickly. Pavlović running onto it. Gatti closing him down. Forcing him to the outside for Pulisic. Ball flicked on. Gatti, man. McKennie had to clean that one up. Kalulu steps into it. That's the end of half. Guys, holy, man. Sloppy at the back. And to be honest, Milan's not really threatening a bunch, but the odd occasions here and there, we just look very, very messy there. It's not clean. And to be honest, it's not clean at that end either for them, but we're just not able to capitalize or have any kind of threat. Sadly, the most important and key moments for Juve have fallen at the wrong feet. And Kalulu is one of them. And I just said it a million times. I don't understand this fixation on Kalulu as a right wing back. It's hurting us. It's hurting us on the one side of the pitch. His best is his energy, his work rate, his pace. He's a workhorse. Put him at the back. Gatti is so, like, a day late, a buck short is the only way I can describe it, but he's just making way too many mistakes, and he looks so sloppy in defense. He looks 2 steps behind. It's time to just get somebody that can actually be effective at that wingback role. It's just not working. And Kalulu, I don't even have words for some of the things, some of the actions, some of the sequences, some of the plays. I have no words. I had to walk out. At that one play when he decides he's going to strip the ball at half, and I don't even know, was he attempting to shoot that thing from there? Him? Hoy mama. Look, here's your stats at halftime, everybody, and then we'll rock with Storm the Barn here. 54% for Milan in favor of possession. 4 total attempts for them. 6 for Juventus. Each keeper called upon once to actually make a save. 2 corner kicks for Juve. No corner kicks for Milan registered in that half. If you're going to go by the ratings, here are your player ratings leaving that first half. Di Gregorio at 6.7, Gatti 6.4, Rugani 6.6, Kelly 6.6. Gatti is easily behind both of those other two. Agreed there. Kalulu 6.8. McKennie 6.2, Locatelli 7.1, Cambiaso 6.6, Conceição 7, Yildiz 6.7, David 6.3. I'm going to tell you right now, Kalulu's not at a 6.8. There ain't no way in hell. McKennie at a 6.2. He's actually doing a ton of work in there, breaking things up, and that's what's expected, and that's what's kind of needed. Don't forget, we still have Kefren Turam that could play a part in this game. He just couldn't start. But a 3 midfielder set to switch into wouldn't be the end of the world. But we need to balance out the attack from left to right, because right now, Kalulu ain't cutting it. Kenan Yildiz, not much to work with. They are completely double teaming and at sometimes triple teaming. We know that's going to happen. The other guys need to step up. Cambiaso hasn't done a whole hell of a lot, and we need this guy to start taking advantage of the attention Yildiz is getting. Lloyd Kelly's getting up there, but you know when he gets the ball, if he isn't already moving in stride, it's just coming right back to the defense. But the big thing is when these guys are getting the ball, Yildiz especially in a couple sequences, you can see exactly what I mean, that nobody is looking to move. Nobody is showing, everybody's ball watching. It's like they just expect him to do something. And when he does beat the first man, they're still standing and watching. So I'm not really sure what the ideas are. The one thing McKennie's doing that none of the others are is actually moving, making runs, going into space, making some corner runs, but nobody's hitting them. We're playing a very, very safe game, a slow game, and one just straight to feet. Hey, this might be a game where that's all it takes. You smash and grab one moment, maybe that's the end of it based on how things are going. But I'll tell you right now, if our thought process is to get one and maybe clamp down, you still haven't been strong enough to even find that one goal, in my personal opinion. And the second is, I'm not really 100% confident in the guys at the back clamping down. So we got to do something better. We got to mix it up and balance it a little bit better. For me, I would be looking Joao Mario's way. I would actually sit Gatti and I would move Kalulu to that right center back position if you want to remain in this setup. You guys know what the deal is though. Hit me in the comments right now with your Storm the Barns at halftime. All right, so let's go. Not a question, but need your analysis. That slip from David, do you agree this is 100% pressure over his shoulder? I just honestly think it's not so much a David thing as it's going to be all the guys. Our most productive striker right now has only produced in games where there was a ton of space. Openda did nothing from that position. Vlahović did nothing in games he started when the games are still being contested and the space is tight. I'm telling you, it's not like a pressure thing. It's not like all this stuff. It's just right now, we're not doing enough in the final third. And there's not enough guys getting involved. And it is far too dependent on certain guys, Chico and Yildiz, to just create. There's not enough coming from the rest of the guys. But David wasn't all that bad. And he had a couple good sequences. He had this one, that Kalulu... top of the area there, have a hit it back to somebody else that might have a decent attempt. I don't know. And David had a nice header in to McKennie that wasn't ready. It's not just David, it's also McKennie that were off a step or two steps here. That tells me they don't really have any chemistry together in the final third. They got to find that. That's all I'm going to say, okay? Now, that's a slip. It sucks. It was inopportune. Inopportune moment. But it's a slip. Like, shit's going to happen, guys. I don't know. Let's just pump the brakes and calm down and realize that there's a lot more to this game. There's a lot more to this game we need to get better at. Our main guys are going to get double team, triple team. Somehow Chico is still ripping shreds on Bertasaghi there, and Rabiot's not coming back deep enough for the double team to matter. So Chico hasn't been able to come to his strong foot, but he's absolutely torching him on the right foot. Outside of that, what are we creating? What are we doing? There's not enough there. There's not enough there. So it's hard. I say, do whatever you guys want. You want Openda in there, you want Vlahović in there. I don't think it gets better. That's my concern from what we're doing as a group. That's just me. That's just me, okay? We paid too much for David, even though he was on a free. And there we go. There's clearly an agenda against David from commentaries. He's actually fine to me. He slipped on that chance. It happens. I'm not worried about David. Locatelli has been amazing. Locatelli is the glue guy in the middle of the park. People hate him. People want to deny it. He's the glue guy. I still don't understand why Kalulu is that right. Hey, man. Go ask Igor. I have no idea. I have no idea why we see him as a right wing back. Joao Mario should have started because the left side isn't dangerous at the moment. However, when Leão comes in, that's when we need Kalulu. I don't know, because he does it against all these other sides as well. And to be honest, if you're playing a 3 center back system, that's your fail-safe, that even if that wing gets dangerous. Like, at some point, are you playing the game like to go after other teams and make them think about you. Because even if Leão comes in, guess what? He's kind of got to think about that as well. You still got 3 center backs, right? And who's Pulisic taking off? Or excuse me, who's Leão taking off? Is he taking off Pulisic? Is he taking off Jimenez? Because that changes everything as well. If they still have 2 up front, you got 3 center backs there. So are you playing for them to kind of worry about you, or are we always going to be scared of the opponent? At some point, you got to turn things in your favor as well. We can't always just be fearful, right? I don't know. There's nothing in this game that scares me from playing João Mario. I'll be quite honest. And I would move Kalulu because of his pace at right center back, and Gatti's just a day late, buck short. Hit it. Now, what do we got here? I saw a comment saying, Berto, you said the same thing when Vlahović joined Juve. Berto, you said the same thing when Vlahović joined Juve. What I said about David. What? That a lot of the game stuff has to get better? Yeah. A lot as a group has to get better. But there's a glaring difference for me watching David in hold-up versus watching Vlahović in hold-up. And I will actually fight that one to the death. Vlahović hasn't improved in 3.5 years. He's still the same guy that's good running at defenses, and that's it. Nothing else of his game improved. So, can we have the discussion for David after 3.5 years? It might be different. All I'm saying is pump the brakes. Relax. There's shortcomings as a team out there that need to be addressed. As a team. And then we have Jerry, Be Too Nasty. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate the super chat in there. All right? Absolutely love it. You guys are the best. These watch-alongs, I love them. And you guys challenge my takes. I love it. I absolutely love it. But, I feel a certain way. I see a certain thing. And what did I say a couple weeks ago? I'm starting to get bothered by the blame game. Because we start to focus in on certain characters. It's here, it's there, it's boom, boom, boom. I'm telling you, if I'm breaking this thing down and I'm looking at the striker position, hey, if Openda comes into this game or Vlahović comes into the game and all of a sudden it's night and day, okay, I will concede. Nothing is wrong then with the setup or what we do in creation. But right now, the numbers don't back that. And the eye test doesn't back that. It's not enough. It's depending on one guy on the left and one guy on the right. And everything's supposed to come from there. I don't know. I'm not seeing enough in the team. I'm not seeing enough in the team play. Now, speaking of this, even if Milan wants to pull Leão into this game, we do have Openda. We do have Vlahović. And I said this game might require a 2-striker setup to break for Juve. But we have not asked nearly enough of that defense to prove that they're the defense that has this many clean sheets to start the season. Do you guys agree with me on that? Or do you disagree? Because I don't think we've done nearly enough to test them. And I think that even in the odd moments and circumstances here and there, they look susceptible there. Okay? I'm telling you. They look susceptible at the back. We have to. We have to challenge them and ask way more questions. My biggest takeaway from this half of something that needs to stop and stop immediately, we need to stop with the cheap turnovers. You absolutely can't afford that if you're Juve. And sadly, when we get into games like this where we are so dependent on guys like Yildiz or Chico to just create something out of nothing, what happens is when they do make those mistakes, because Yildiz had a bad one, Chico had a really bad one, that gave Milan opportunities immediately. We can't afford to do that. So if you're Juve, you absolutely have to stop that. That just can't happen. So, again, a lot of the things that we all know, that we all see from game to game are appearing in this one. We need a little more of an impact from the flanks. It ain't happening. Cambiaso's not doing much of anything. and neither is Kalulu. And we predominantly seem, I don't know if you've noticed, everybody, we're starting to really go to the right a lot. A hell of a lot. And Yildiz is going to have to find a way that when that ball gets over there, he's doing something, because he's like backing off. So when all of a sudden these balls are sent in there, he's never back post. Like, he's never back post. He's never looking for those. He's got to change the reads a bit, because it looks like we're playing that game. It looks like we're playing the cross game. Get the ball in deep, start crossing. He's taking that position up at the top of the area, but the bad thing is that nobody's going back post. Absolutely nobody. And that chance, while it was flashed at there with McKennie making a touch there and then David kind of wasn't on his toes, I'm expecting an outside player to be ready to run in there and smash that one home. So it's like, I don't know, we're all over the map in terms of what are we trying to accomplish? What are we trying to do? But the turnovers need to slow down. Ronald agrees there. Skippy, giving praise to Kelly. Keep up the good work. To be honest, this is a shitty Milan, and it's time to punish them. From your words to the squad, my friend, it is. We have to. We have to punish them. The teams are ready to come out of the tunnel. I've been ready since this morning. We need goals. Let's go. Ori coming in here. Might be a hot take, but it was so far a good showing from Cambiasso. Just need more attacking wise. But that's when Cambiasso is at his best. You know? And he's doing a lot of the work shutting down Salamakers and staying with them, but there's just not enough influence up top, and that's where we need him arguably the most. This team cooks when Cambiasso is rolling. And for me, I don't think there's enough there. 29 touches, 25 for 25 on passing, but they're pretty much all going backwards. Other than that, there was nothing. No ground duels, no aerial duels. Lost the ball 2 times. I don't know. But good grunt work. Good work in there. We just need a little bit more influence up top. These guys are coming back out. You see Tudor there. We saw Allegri in the bench there. We got Rabiot there. We're ready for kickoff. Juve's going to start second half with the ball. David's going to kick us off. Hopefully he doesn't slip. And we got kickoff for the second half. David all the way back to Di Gregorio. Fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Long ball sent in there. Headed, but backwards by Fofana. Played into the middle. Tomori now launches this one. Gatti's going to come back and easily collect. We're synced up. We're cooking now for the second half. Gatti on it for Juventus. Come on, that ball is right there, man. Oh my God. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, man. Gatti holding onto that ball, staring down Cambiasso for 5 minutes. And he's wide open there in a pocket. And he just doesn't have the guts to play that ball into that. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That is just crazy to me. Terrible. Terrible. And we have to go back. We end up going back on this sequence all the way to Di Gregorio. Huh. Make the easy plays. Hit guys at feet. Come on. Chico now swinging it out to Rugani. Rugani. Swings it out for Locatelli. Yeah, I know my feed's a bit behind, everybody. Just sync up. Sync up. I can't change my television feed and it being behind. Inside, McKennie, Cambiasso, into Kelly. Out to Kalulu, to Chico. Taking on Bertasaghi. And he draws a corner kick. Couldn't beat him to the right that time. You showed him right too many times. Now he's going to cheat there on you, Chico. I don't want to see this game go too long without Zhegrova in there. Chico now. Cross coming in. Falls to the back. Gatti. Oh my God. What a save. Oh my God. We put that one right at him. That's all ball. Gatti out to McKennie. Back inside. Rugani and Gatti leading the charge out here. Kelly on it now to Yildiz. Jimenez trying to come out on him. Oh, that's a free kick in a good spot. No advantage given. Come on, Gatti. That is crazy to not put that home. He just hammered it and right at Maignan. Great ball in by Chico too. Creating problems. Bounces all the way. And oh my goodness, man. To not put that in. There is higher... That's crazy. That's a crazy save, man. That's crazy. I can't believe that didn't go in. Wow. Wow. Phone's about to die. Gotta charge this thing up. Here comes a delivery. Oh my God. It's absolute trash from Cambiaso. Oh my God. That is pathetic. They just come away from a massive save from Mike Maignan. You could put the ball right into the mixer, ask those questions, and you just put a shocker of a ball across on the carpet. That's terrible. Then Locatelli forced into a yellow there to break up the counter because Modric is going. That's just pathetic. That's just Bush League. Let's call it what it is. That's not professional fucking football. It isn't. You can't deliver a fucking free kick in there. Like, Jesus, guys. And you let Milan off the hook. You let them off the hook with that. That's the biggest piss off. Absolutely let them off the hook. Oh, Kelly. Easy. Back to Di Gregorio, putting it up. David goes up for it. Ball bounces down. Fofana's going to head it back to Gabbia. Sent in Salamakers, trying to turn. Oh my God, that's so soft. Does get the call there from Cambiaso. Foul on him. Milan restarts with Tomori going back to Gabbia. David splits him and Modric. Now sent over to Pavlovic. He's going to go back for Modric. Chico watching there. McKennie comes in to help. Oh, David got to win that. Got to win that, David. Modric stepping up to this free kick. Was looking to restart it quickly. Now plays it over for Rabiot. Oh, God. Gatti misses it. And Kelly has it. Gatti's just... This is the roller coaster that is watching Federico Gatti play. Oh, my God. That is the roller coaster that is watching Federico Gatti. Insane chance at one end. Coming up in these moments that might bring goals for us, and then just shocking at the back. Like literally a piece of Swiss cheese at the back. Slides in on that one. Taking it away from Rabiot. 50 minutes, 37 seconds here. 0-0. Rabiot working deep on Kalulu here. Has the ball out. Pavlovic. Now to the top for Modric. Swings it out to Salamakers. And he's going to pop it to the outside. Tomori. Tomori goes all the way back to Gabbia. Modric to his left. He will collect. Juve's dropped back into this shell. Like a 5-4-1 defensively. Modric now over the top. Ooh, Kelly. And he gets a PK. Oh my God. Oh my God. And the positions that we take, like that's one of my things with Kelly. The positions he takes, like he was never goal side. He was never goal side on him. This is such an easy play. And we end up giving them a PK off of absolutely nothing. Just because you can't take position. And look how clumsy. Like, just clumsy. Just clumsy. Holy. And we said it was messy. We said it was messy in the first half at the back there, and it just continues into this. Shocking stuff, man. Shocking stuff. The positional awareness to actually be behind the goddamn striker there when Modric is on the ball is just pathetic to me to not be there. So a red-hot Pulisic is going to step up. Pulisic stepping up here to take the kick. Red-hot Pulisic. Di Gregorio. See if he can step up. And here it is. And Pulisic steps up. Di Gregorio. Oi! Te vakakate. 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 What a howler. What a howler from Pulisic. Howler. Howler. Vakakateva. Didn't deserve the PK. And guys, can you wake up now, Juve? Can you wake up now, please? Can we wake up now, please? Can we wake up now, please? Let's go. Let's wake up. It's time. Get the restart. David trying to go up for an aerial here. Kelly now going up. David goes up into the back of Fofana. Tomori played in. Oh my God. Fofana finding Jimenez. They're running at us here. Rabiot inside. Now to the outside for Bartasagi. No Pulisic. Cuts in. That's a bad angle we took. Cuts inside. Oi! And Di Gregorio. No rebound there. Read that one well. Swallowed it up. Guys, come on. One team came out at the second half with a little bit of juice, and another team sleeping. And you know who it is. Wake up, guys. Wake up, Juve. Come on. Come on. Inside to Locatelli. To Di Gregorio, out to Gatti. Locatelli now. Trying to go up for McKennie. It's cut off. Here's Salamakers up ahead for Fofana. And there's Locatelli. Cleans it up. Cambiasso! Oi, oi, oi. What are you doing, Cambiasso? This guy is just a liability for like 3 games, 4 games in a row now. I'm getting sick and tired of this, man. I am getting sick and tired of watching these guys just trip up all over the pitch and have seemingly no wits about them. This is a pathetic play by Cambiasso there. Puts an absolute muffin to his player so that he's under. Jeez. I just can't stand the stupidity and the mistakes that we're doing. This is a free kick in a very, very dangerous location. You got a Milan team huddle standing over this thing. I would expect absolutely nobody other than Modric to hit this one. Modric lining this one up. 56th minute. No, it's actually not Modric that ends up taking it. Punched out by Di Gregorio. What the Kalulu brushed off by Bertasagi, but then comes back, wins it there. Foul in the back there. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, this is a bad start to the second half. This is really, really bad from Juve. Very, very flat. One team has energy and is showing that they want to get after this, and we are just not matching them anywhere on the pitch. Not on the flanks, not on the middle. This is not a good start to the second half for Juve. We have to turn it up. Right now, you see Ferrero, we're at Ferrero pace in this game. We got Gianluca Ferrero vibes out here. Sleep. Oh my God, Kalulu, man. Dude, put him at the back. Get Gatti, I'll put him at the back. Bring me somebody that can read a ball and that can play with the ball. Oh my God, foul there on Kalulu. Now we're out of sorts, man. We are out of sorts. Gotta rein it in here, boys. Rein it in here. 57 minutes, 30 seconds. 0-0. Vlahović back to Gabia. Over to Tomori. Yildiz closing him down. They go on the carpet for Jimenez. David applying pressure. Rabiot switches it out for Pavlic. Has a lot of space there. Plays it up to Modric. Twists and turns. Chico comes back to help defend. Now Rabiot and Modric with a couple exchanges. Back to Modric, who's in the center circle. Now popping it over the top. Great cutoff by Chico. And look at the play. Look at the play from these guys. Gatti and Kalulu. Look at the play. Oi, oi, oi. Oh my goodness. Look at what am I watching? What am I watching right now, guys? What am I watching? Oh. Di Gregorio. Fofana rips one from there off a brutal giveaway by Juve. Shocker, because we're sleeping. You know what? It's 58th minute. And there's a foul there earned by Chico. There's another one blasting the ball into him. Get the cards out. And you know what? Get the subs going. We're at the 60th minute. I've seen enough with certain guys. Like, clean it up, Tudor. You got to react. Your team's come out flat. It is what it is. Clean it up. Clean it up. Get some changes in here. Locatelli played to him from Rugani there, just nowhere. Gatti's like hanging by the line here. Like, what is this positional take up here? Chico loses it to Rabiot here. Play on, never actually went out. So Rabiot does turn it back. Vlahović finds Modric to Gabia. Now over to Tomori. Yildiz will close him down, force him back. My goodness, man. Milan given an absolute gift from us with some shoddy defending there, the PK. And then we get away with it, but we still just don't seem to wake up here. Chico doing very well. They're winning that one. Running at Milan now to the outside for Kalulu. Kalulu ball across, but way too far ahead of David and short for Yildiz. Modric now carrying it forward over the half line. Inside for Pulisic. Pulisic now over the top. Jimenez settles. Backheel pass to Salamakers. Oy. That's what happens when you watch Kalulu all game. Time for the subs, and you know what? I wouldn't be afraid to tweak it and maybe throw a guy like Zhegrova in even as an extra attacker position. You got to do something to turn the tides, man. Maybe let Chico act as wingback, move Zhegrova up higher, do something. Try and change something. McKennie with a little flick on. Modric easily handles that. Plays it backwards. Gatti doesn't have enough juice for this one to go out, so turns it up. And then bombs this one up the side. Vlahović stops it and it goes out. It's going to be a Juve throw. Chico's trying to get things going quick. And he wants it right back, and McKennie takes his time. And we're going to have substitutions here. And now you're going to see Jimenez leave. Fofana's going to leave. And you're going to have Leão come in and Loftus-Cheek. 2 changes made by Milan. I'm still waiting for ours, Tudor. Because you have to get into this game. Your team is not in this second half. Into Yildiz, who's all the way over on that right side. Plays it back. Kelly for Cambiasso. Back to Rugani. Cambiasso, Locatelli with an exchange. Now back to Cambiasso. Oh my goodness. Okay, switched it to Gatti. Over for Chico. Chico, back to McKennie. Juve can have a little bit of possession here. Maybe breathe for a little bit. Locatelli. Locatelli now switching it up. Trying to go out to Chico. Little touch there. Trying to take on Bertasaghi. In comes Rabiot to help. Chico just goes back for Rugani. Now to Locatelli. Scans. Carries it forward. Plays it out to the side here. You got Cambiasso there. Now back to Locatelli. To Kelly. We need some more presence higher up. We need mids that can look to break those lines and get in there, but you're only playing 2, and that's a problem. You need that one extra that can have a little bit of a roam. Throw in deep in Milan's territory for Juve. Yildiz running to the corner to switch the ball. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe now we'll score a goal. McKennie going to size up a long throw here. We're going to get Gatti on a bike. Yeah, he's sizing up a long one. Here it comes. Tossed in there. Kelly. It does go out. It's going to be a corner kick for Juve. That one looked like it was off Loftus-Cheek maybe. Come on, you guys. We need a goal here. We need a goal here. Somebody find a way, latch onto this thing. Make it messy. The messier, the better. Sloppy. Come on. Get dirty. Fight. Put this ball home. Here's the delivery coming in. Headed out by Vlahović. Then headed back towards area by Pulisic. Oh, too easy. Gatti, you're letting him off the hook, man. Come on. He's got a difficult play to make. You just let him off the hook. Took care of his hair problem, though, Gatti. It's about the only problem he solved. We got everybody warming up, man. Vlahović, Coop, Thuram, Kostic, Zhegrova, like Openda. And Pulisic is just moving through the middle here into Loftus-Cheek. Dude, what's with the space to Pulisic here? And there's a block by Kelly. Out to David. Can't settle that, but that's okay. Turnover. Cambiasso now running. But he's going to pull up. Tomori's there. And Loftus-Cheek into Yildiz. Does well to hold on there. Didn't realize the pressure was there. McKennie carries it over the halfway line. Scanning now over to Cambiasso. Has Yildiz there in front of him. Plays it to him. Salamaker's watching him. Loftus-Cheek right behind. Now back out to Cambiasso. Over to Locatelli. Back to Cambiasso. Starts to drift far away. Tries to get a cross. That's terrible crossing. Oh, inside to Yildiz. In the area. Oh, and there's a block. That's better. That's quicker. Quick release from Loca right into Yildiz the second he gets that ball. That's what I'm talking about. Pace. Urgency. Tempo. Let's go. You got Thuram and Openda set to come into this game. 66 minutes, 30 seconds. It's 0-0 here. Taken short. And here's a delivery. Oh, can't get by Rabiot. Locatelli's going to go up. Heads it back in there. Chico could get to this. Has it into the mixer. Gabbia clears. Yildiz at the top of the area. Heads it back down into the mixer. Rugani puts it back in. Headed out by Gabbia again. And Rugani pulls up. Oh. Loca with a bad giveaway. Hey! That's okay, Di Gregorio watching that one. Rugani pulled up. He might have a problem. Leão with an audacious attempt there. But Di Gregorio looked like he was going to be back there. Well, Juve seemed to wake up a little bit there, so that was much, much better than the way the second half had started. Vlahović is also coming on. So we got some major changes. We're going to have Openda, Vlahović, and Thuram all coming in. Where is Zhegrova, man? They said Zhegrova had the fitness to start. We got like 22 minutes left. Yildiz being taken off the pitch. So you're going to have David, Yildiz, and Chico. David, Yildiz, and Chico all off. Chico did a lot of good shit today. Chico was really good. All right, guys. Show us what you got, Openda. Two major creative forces off the pitch for Juve now, so a lot going to be asked. Here's Vlahović trying to go up there, Gabbia. And he's shoved off, and now Locatelli quickly having it out for Openda. Get there, man. Fuck. Can't keep it in. Shit. Good look from Locatelli to quickly find guys up top now. I like that from him. I like the urgency and the way he's getting that ball forward quickly. That's step one. 69 minutes, 10 seconds, 0-0. Throw in coming in and Locatelli swallows it up. Now plays it in for Cambiasso. That's okay. Loses it, but Locatelli saves it. Now inside Vlahović trying to flip it up. Is that a handball? Looked like he kicked it up and then maybe hand. But that's okay. Loftus-Cheek trying to work against Lloyd Kelly here. Can't get beat like that. Rugani, who stayed in the game there, looked like he had a problem. And then Thuram shuts down Pulisic. Guys, get back to your positions. Pulisic takes it quickly. Back for Modric. They're going to tell him to redo the throw-in. No handball. Thuram on it. Now to Locatelli. Back for Kelly. And Juve can regroup. We got 20 minutes left in this game. 0-0. Up to Thuram. Benda to Cambiasso to Locatelli. Goes on the carpet for Vlahović. Puts it to the corner there. Is Openda going to get there? Fuck, man. Dude. They call play on. Oh, puts it up to the top to nobody, but they're calling it back. It looked like the ball was over the line. It didn't look like he kept it in. Guys, I'm telling you, this is like... we got another trampoline now. Openda can't settle this thing to save his life. Jesus. "71 minutes, 8 seconds. Maignan. Long ball into Rabiot. Flicked on to Pulisic. Gatti now. Pushing Pulisic back. Gets called for the hands on the kit. 71 minutes, 22 seconds. Throw in Milan. Played up for Loftus-Cheek. Thuram there. Slows him down. In comes Salamakers. More central. Over to Rabiot. McKennie's coming over. Up to the top for Pulisic. Being watched by Gatti. He's going to need help, boys. Out to Rabiot. Cross coming in. Headed out by Kelly. Modric heads it forward for Rabiot. Back out to Modric. Little 1-2s there. Into Salamakers. It's in for Modric. To the top now. Pulisic. Too much time. There's a good cross. Oh my goodness. How did he miss that? Woo! Thank goodness. Thank goodness, because that is just crazy. Rugani ends up losing Leão after having hands on him. You had hands on him and then moved inside centrally and left him there. And thankfully, he closed down the space, though, quickly. Rugani puts his boot out there, and Leão makes a mess of that. But, guys, holy, not instilling confidence at the back. We've got to push them and ask questions. Oh, my God, Di Gregorio up to Kalulu. Now up, McKennie. Oh, little touch there, gets it up. Openda, foul on the back. And he's fortunate there because Kalulu is bombing there. And if they win it back, we've lost a defensive player there. Another change coming in. Pulisic is going to leave. Nkunku is going to come in. Nkunku now in. So it'll be him and Leão up at the top for Milan. Locatelli. Over to Gatti. Back to Locatelli. Into Gatti. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Holy hell, man. Even when we stop plays, it's messy. Like, guys, what is Gatti doing there? And Tudor, can you make a change at that position, please? Fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ. And how many goddamn games do I need to watch a right side or the two of them next to each other in Kalulu and Gatti before our goddamn coach can actually see it's a disaster? Disaster. Modric now taking it short. Stop there, and Salamakers with an awful attempt in follow-up. Still 0-0. Closing in on the 75th minute. My goodness, man. Milan's had way better opportunities than Juve. Our best one fell to Gatti there. Here we go. McKennie on a run into Openda. Oh my goodness, man. Holy. Not even close. Holy shit. Guys, I need Pepto-Bismol or something. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh. Gatti, they're lobbying for a call there. They're lobbying for another yellow. Nothing doing. 76 minute, 0-0. Rugani on it here. Has Gatti to his right. Opts out of playing it to him. Into Locatelli, who could turn. Take a look. Now over to Kalulu. Just so dead there. The ball's just, we got way too many dead ends. Way too many dead. And look at this. We're letting them just push us back now. Inside to Thuram. Over to Rugani. Holy hell, you guys. Now up over the top. Chested down by Vlahović. Does well there. Cambiasso stops it for McKennie. That's okay. Kalulu's on his horse there. Holy God. What is that ball, man? There's Loca giving the business to Rabiot. It's Juve's ball. Juve's throw-in. Played in. Here's Kalulu on that flank again. Inside for Cambiasso. Oh, and the shot so soft. One hopper right into Mignon. He restarts Milan quickly. They're making a move through Salamakers up that right flank. Inside to Loftus-Cheek. And then Openda fouls him hard. But it shuts down Milan there. 77 minutes. 30 seconds. 0-0. Nkunku comes back to collect. Now over to Bartasaghi. Back to Nkunku. My feed. This feed. Everything today is agitating me about this game. Up for Loftus-Cheek working against Lloyd Kelly. Forces him backwards. Salamakers. All the way back to Gabbia. Now Modric collects. Into Rabiot. Back to Modric. Over to Pavlovic. McKennie will engage here. Guys, win that ball. He can't even dribble with it. Jesus. Kalulu. I will give Kalulu this. The guy's got an engine, man. Like, the guy's got an engine. He's in incredible shape. He just doesn't stop running. Kunko inside the middle there. Rugani comes. Has it actually off of Leão. So great step there by Rugani. This feed, you guys. I'm scared to shut it down and try to restart it because it's lagging, because it might just shut down completely. Thuram. Twisting, turning in the middle. Now to the outside for Gatti. Rugani. Now to the outside for Kelly. Back to Locatelli. Into Thuram. Back to Rugani. Milan backing off. Doesn't care about us moving the ball there. Locatelli now switches it over for McKennie, who drops back on the left. Over to Locatelli. Lloyd Kelly way up there on the left flank. Now up for Gatti. Carrying it forward. Over to Kalulu. Has it off Bartasaghi. It's going to be a throw into Juventus. What's up? Still a while. I'll be up. We got some changes here for Juve. It's Kostic. It's Kostic. You need to unlock a game. And we call upon Filip Kostic. What is the deal with Edin Zhegrova though, guys? Seriously. What is the deal? The guy is fit. According to everyone, he's playing, he's doing full training sessions. Panda drops, trying to draw the call there, nothing doing. Now they try to work it out there. Locatelli steps into it. Guys, play on, please. Play on. Get tough, get stuck. Come on. 81st minute, 0-0. And we could be heading for a 0-0 draw. Guys, Berto Kostic, you're going to hit me with this shit again? In a game like this? Berto Kostic? You guys for real? Loftus-Cheek twisting and turning. 81 minutes. 25 seconds. Akanko now being pushed back to Pavlović. Don't take fouls there. My feed just lagging. I'm losing seconds, like it's falling behind my time here. Sent forward Loftus-Cheek trying to settle this one down. Lloyd Kelly trying to apply pressure and maybe strip that ball. Nothing doing. Benda now. Straight line to Mignon. He finds Vlahović. Di Gregorio on it here. Over to Kelly. Back to Di Gregorio. Pressure coming now. Leão and Di Gregorio. Jeez, you guys. Vlahović easily heads this one down. Settled by Nkunku. Into Bertasaghi. Trying to have it into Leão. Good D from Rugani. And we regroup. This feed, you guys, I have to back up. This is crazy. Just lagging like insane right now. Gatti making a move up that line. Hey, something happened here. Down he goes. Openda again. This team tries to drive way too much off defenders, man. It's crazy. Trying to use defenders as playmakers is just wild to me, man. Locatelli has this one. Fades it into the back there. Can't win that header. Vlahović. Cambiasso over to Kelly. Steps forward now, drops it off for Cambiasso. Closing in on the 84th minute mark, still 0-0. Milan definitely has had the better of the opportunities. And through play, has to be said, should be up. Oh, this one squeaks through. McKennie making a move, tries to feed that one in. It's blocked. He settles it. Now back for Kalulu. Kalulu now to the back. Headed by Gatti, but he can't direct that one towards goal. Man, Gatti wasting no time to get up there as a striker. I got to get this game out of here. I got to like reload it. This is crazy. It's terrible. McKennie, Dugatti, Kelly, over to Cambiasso, working on Salamakers. There we go, cross in, Tomori heads it out, throwing to Juventus deep in Milan's territory. Holy. I must be allergic to shitty crosses. We got another substitution. Rugani out for Kostic. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Kostic on. Rugani out. What? It's got to be because of a problem or something that, like, Rugani went down or something. It's weird. Rugani's doing very well at the back. Long throw in again. Kelly can't get to it. Rabiot heads it down. Nkunku stops it, and Loftus-Cheek launches this one. Kalulu running back to pick this one up. Slows it down. Now, there is the man himself. The man, the myth, the legend. Kostic. Back to Loca. Into Thuram. Twisting, turning. Now to Locatelli. Over to Gatti. Now up for Kalulu. Over to Cambiasso. Now to Di Gregorio. Kelly. Kelly back to Gatti. Now up for Cambiasso's on the right side, who made way for Kostic. Back heel attempt from Openda. And in the end, we still come out with the ball. Oh my God. Vlahović tried to send a through ball for Kostic. But look at the work rate from Vlahović. Okay, respect there. He made a mistake, but way to work back to track back and close that one off. But geez, we got to be better on the ball, boys. Useless turnovers. One mistake could decide this thing, and we already made a couple mistakes. And the football god spared us. Rabiot being forced back by Locatelli, all the way back to Mignon. He's telling Openda to go close down there. He waits that extra 2 seconds and gives them the quick, easy outlet, but it does go back to Mignon. Now, slotted over for Tomori. Thuram stepping forward in there. Modric will collect. Locatelli just watching him. Now, back. Tomori again. Plays it back for Gabbia. Over to Modric. And there's a step in. It's Kostic. Thuram's on it now. Drive, man. Drive. Oh, tried to squeeze it through. But he picks it up again. Now it's Cambiasso. Up the right side. Switches the field all the way over for McKennie. McKennie now over to Kostic. You know what's coming? The cross. It's blocked. And it does go out. It's going to be a corner kick for Juve. Man, give me the Serbian connection here. Give me anything. Kostic in. Vlahović heads it. Something. That through ball from Thuram was never going to make it through right on the carpet there. But here we go. Come on, Kostic. The one thing you're supposed to be good at, the crosses. Put this one on the money. Come out of this with a goal. Here's the delivery. That's a decent one. Headed to the top of the area. Cambiasso tries to step in there. He can't close it off. Kalulu's going to collect. Juve maintaining possession. 88 minutes, 50 seconds. Locatelli now collects it. Just up ahead of him to Kelly. Now into Kostic. Absolutely closed off. He's going to have it up over the top for McKennie. No. With this cheap backheel garbage. And at least they make a mistake and we could push them back. Modric now up the side. Tomori. He's going to carry forward. Thuram's going to step forward. Salamakers being watched by Kostic. Gabbia over to Modric. Over for Tomori. He's probably going to go inside again. Salamakers. 1-2. Oh no. Modric cut a little space. Through ball in for Leão. And that stopped. Oh, a big block there on Loftus-Cheek. You guys sleeping. Too easy. How do we lose Leão, man? They're playing 2 forwards. 3 guys back. How do you lose Leão? My goodness. How do you lose him? We got 3 minutes of added time. This is going to be a long throw coming in off the side. Tomori launches this one. And it actually goes out. It's going to be a goal kick for Juve. Just sleeping. It's Gatti again. Sleeping there. Sleeping defensively. That's a terrible hit by Leão as well. This one goes off Loftus-Cheek. It's going to be a throw into Juventus. We've already burned a minute into this added time. Every good chance in this game has had to do with Gatti. Had Juve's biggest chance and has been shocking on all of Milan's best chances. Other than the PK, which was awful positioning from Lloyd Kelly to be in that position. Here's Thuram. Twisting from Salamakers. Moving the ball forward to Kostic. Makes that overlap run. Now back for Locatelli. The ball's got to go somewhere. You guys are all standing. Like, get to the back post. Let's have crosses. Here's one coming in. Headed back to the top of the area. Headed back by Kalulu. Oh my goodness, man. You guys. Between McKennie and Thuram, nobody ends up picking up on that ball. Man, Thuram should have pounced on that the second Kalulu plays that header over. Oh, stop it with this calling for fouls on every friggin' touch, please. Guys, 30 seconds left. Let's go. $20 now. To Cambiaso. Back to Locatelli. Into Thuram. Jesus, it took him a minute to move fucking 5 yards. And there's the game. There's the game. Yeah, wow. Oh my God. Not much to say here, lads. Not much to say here. Definitely didn't walk away with the better opportunities. Defense looked suspect, and it's sad to say it's a lot of the same problems I have. We're asking defenders to be playmakers. You've got Gatti and Kalulu that just, Gatti is just so far off the mark, man. It's crazy. The dude's a roller coaster. Like, he'll come up with a big chance up at the one end, but he'll be so bad defensively. Lapses all over the place. We were very fortunate to come away with a draw. We really were. PK miss from Pulisic. Great chance at the back post for Leão. The closest we came was through Gatti. But we have to, if we're being honest, we didn't play to deserve the victory in this one, and we are fortunate to not walk away with an L. So the draw in the grand scheme of things, I'll tell you, you've got, 51% possession for Juve, in favor of Juve, is where the game ends. 12 total attempts for us, 13 total attempts for them. They're credited with one big chance. They had several. So I don't know where they're coming up with only one big chance created, because they had several. Howler at the end from Leão. Brutal PK from Pulisic. Leão at the back post with a big miss. Our biggest chance, definitely that one from Gatti with an absolutely ridiculous save for Mignon to get over and be big. But we have a lot of work to do in terms of still chasing this balance. This game today was like more on the defensive side for Juve, and we have to find a way where we can clamp down and still be somewhat of a threat in the final third. But like, what is it for you that's creating this lack of a threat in the final third all of a sudden? Like, the flank play is non-existent. I'll be quite honest. It is just non-existent. Cambiaso, Kalulu, it's just not, it's not happening. And I would still, my mind is still going to of the thought process that this setup for us, it's actually congesting us. Is actually having this counterproductive effect where we have too many guys in the same area, and it's making it a mess for us. So Mignon ends up getting man of the match. You see the one massive save on Federico Gatti there. That's just ridiculous. But I still go back to this setup. Just isn't working for me. It just isn't working for me. And I know that you could say that, hey, we've been scoring in games or whatnot, but you're not focusing on what I'm saying. You've had to go on tilt, or things have had to open up with space to actually get those goals. Is Juve creating on the ball? A lot of our goals are either set pieces or flashes in transition. Today, the transition was absolutely dead, but the flank play ain't there either. If a team clamps down, you're going to struggle. You struggled against Verona. It's starting to come where we're starting to struggle with these teams that clamp down. You struggled against Villarreal. You found 2 goals against Villarreal. One was a turnover from Chico Conceição there. That was a turnover that he took the distance. You don't get that when you play teams that are locked up, solid, and have strong midfields like this. It's something we have to work to. So don't get fooled by the goals that we scored all leading up to this. This team still hasn't found balance. Now, what I will say is that this draw, I know we got tricky fixtures here, okay, coming up. You're going into international break here, and then you're going to come back and you're going to have, Como. You're going to have Real Madrid. You're going to have Lazio. You're going to have Udinese, Cremonese to finish up that October into the beginning of November. But here's the thing. You've already got Atalanta that was picked by many to be high up there. You've already got Inter out of the way. You've already got Milan out of the way. So you're sitting there in the standings at 12 points, 3 points off the pace at the top, and you've already played Atalanta, Milan, and Inter. Como's going to be difficult. Real Madrid is going to be a very difficult European game to try and go into the Bernabeu and get something out of it. It is what it is. But Lazio, a 13th place Lazio, isn't going to be one of these crazy matchups. Como plays very good football. They actually play in a style that could pose problems for us. And a difficult game. But having Atalanta, Milan, and Inter out of the way already and being 3 points off the pace isn't the end of the world. So we have some things that we could still kind of look at in that sense. Now, having said that, Tudor's got to dial something up. He's got to dial something up. I have no idea how does Zhegrova not see a minute in this game? I'm not quite sure how you take away both of your main creators in Yildiz and Conceição, and we also look at that header in the first half. Yeah, Milan had the much better chances. Our best, obviously, Gatti there at the back post. Crazy not to score there, but yeah, Tudor's got to dial something up, and I have no idea how Zhegrova doesn't play. We're gonna get to some Storm the Barn here, everybody. Let's go. Do they lie to us, or are we dumb? Letting Zhegrova out all game, he is surely not game fit. I don't know, because he steps in for the cameos and he looks good. Surely you must be able to see him for 20 minutes in this game. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me, you know? He would have had to have been able to give us 20 minutes in this game. I see the comment here about, yes, Berto, but we have to win at least one big game. Well, I mean, we did against Inter. We pulled away the victory there. You pulled that one, and you haven't lost these others. The bigger issues I have are these games like Verona. You know, you got to win that one. And that Atalanta was depleted. A weak Atalanta side we faced. We needed to win that game, right? This one today, though, I really don't like our performance. I really don't. I think it was sloppy at the back. Lacking a lot of sting up top. And we still don't really know how we're going to work it up top. I still think our setup congests us. I don't know if Tudor's going to change it, though. And the reason I don't think he's going to change it, despite saying that he has been trying alternative formations in training, we're not losing. So as long as we're not losing, I don't think he sees any need to change. I really don't. So that's kind of my thing, is I don't think he's going to see any reason to have to change. Vedad, in hindsight, did Allegri look the best? Did Allegri take the best out of us 2 seasons ago? Are we just inferior player-wise? Because game after game, it seems to me that player decision-making is the problem. For whatever reason, things just aren't clicking. And I just can't understand it. Another thing I can't understand that's starting to really be a concern that I started talking about last season is players coming into Juve and not performing. And then now seeing a trend of players leaving and performing. Like, I'm getting concerned because that's a recipe for absolute and total disaster. And it can't happen. You guys, get the likes up, okay? We're going to keep rolling with Storm the Barn. Tudor constantly gets the tactics wrong. Always plays with four center backs and never gets the front line or midfield right. And his subs are always late and mind-boggling. Yeah, so you're essentially talking to how Kalulu is being treated as a right wing back with the four defenders always playing. Yeah, it's I think we need a change. I think we need a change there in setup. I'll be 100% honest. As unexciting as this game was, I'm at least pleased that Tudor finally tried 3 midfielders and 2 strikers. Not his fault that Openda's ball control was miserable today. Zhegrova should have played. Zhegrova should have played at some point. And the 2 striker thing makes no sense. And it wasn't even really a 2 striker setup because Openda was working the flanks hard. It was weird. It's really, really weird. Not sure I consider it a full-on test of 2 strikers. I don't know. I'm still leaning to this team needs to get into a variation of a 4-3-3. Terrible. We can't make chances. We can't control games. We can't hold wins. We can't defend. It's just grinta fino alla fine and individuals stepping up at times. Changes after the international break. You know, you go into here 3 points off the pace with an international break. Now's the time to run some tests for Tudor. Because you didn't take the chance at some of these games leading up to it. But we haven't lost. But now's the time to maybe dial something up that's a little bit more beneficial or maybe gets a little bit more out of some of these guys. It's very, very slow for the majority of this on the ball. It's got to be quicker. I would rather take a manager who loses a lot but goes for the win and has hunger than this bullshit. I'm going to say something here. My thoughts on this. I definitely don't want to lose a lot. Okay? If I'm looking at this as just being, you know, as level-headed as I can be while being frustrated with some of our performances, the fact that we are in these games, the fact that we are tight, and they are all tight matches and stuff, I would rather be here and work on tweaks, work on changes to where we can find some harmony, that where we are clamping down still, but able to be effective and strike the opponent. I don't want to get into game. I hated the games where we conceded 7 in 2 games like Inter, and it's great you walk away with a win against Inter, but man, we were looking shaky at the back too and just collapsing, and it looked like we had to go on tilt. Like we have to commit everything in the attack to get a chance. I don't like that. I don't want to see that. I'd rather be in this, okay? I'd rather be in this where you are tight in all your games. You're not getting blown out. You're not losing. And you have a few things to work on rather than just go balls out, but you can't win, but you're chasing it. Like, no. I think the level approach is the right approach. As easy as things could go sideways right now, it can easily turn and go in the right direction. There's a couple of quick adjustments that I think Tudor can do that would help us a lot. And I do stand firm that we just look congested in this setup and guys start occupying the same space and they're hurting each other rather than helping each other. So all I'm going to say is I don't want to just get into go all out. No, I don't want to get into that. I think the easy, steady approach, and right now gathering these points as many as possible through this phase. You got an international break. You come back with Como. Como must be 3 points. These are the types of games where Tudor has to get it right, and the team just can't falter. You've got Atalanta, Milan, Inter out of the way, 3 points off the pace into the international break. Como on the follow-up has to be a win. Today was ugly, in my opinion, and we probably deserve to lose, but you just got to keep plugging away. So I don't want to get into chasing things. And if Como isn't 3 points, you look at that game and you really dissect things, because that's a question Juve 7. What if Como isn't 3 points? Then what? Then you look at all things and you got a real sticky situation, because Motta was facing heat. Before we even talked about player problems, locker room issues, he was facing heat for all the draws. This is life at Juventus. I talked about it in the pregame match. That's life at Juve. That's what happens. It's winning isn't important. It's the only thing that counts. Not drawing isn't important, and it's the only thing that counts. Winning. So he'll take heat. But Como's got to be a victory. Hey, it's going to be rocky. It's going to be a rocky road. But Tudor right now is sticking to a few things that, I don't know. He tried something there with the 2-striker thing. Did it get better? Didn't it? I don't know. But this Raven, just this, say what you want, but playing Kalulu for 93 minutes as a right back, it's insane. I don't disagree. Aside from Rugani, man of the match for me, for Juve, Rugani. What is another positive thing from the game, or things? Locatelli continues to do great work. And I'd actually probably say that those two were the tops, I think, in this game. I'll hit you with the lineups for the ratings. 7.4 for Di Gregorio, 6.4 for Gatti, 6.9 for Rugani, 6.1 for Kelly. Awful on that PK. 7.1 for Kalulu. Doesn't touch a 7. McKennie 6.5. Locatelli 7.4. Cambiaso 6.7. Conceição 7.3. Yildiz 6.7. David 6.3. Locatelli, the highest rated player, and I don't disagree with it. 88 touches, 96% passing, 2 key passes, 3 for 6 on long balls accuracy, 50% of his ground duels, the only one aerial duel he did, only lost the ball 6 times, drew a couple fouls, and had some interceptions and tackles to his name. Another solid outing for Manuel Locatelli. Locatelli and Rugani probably would have been my highest rated guys. Yeah. Should Tudor consider starting with 5 or 6 CPs instead? Tudor's going to take some fire, everybody. He's going to take some fire. And you know what? That's part of, that's the nature of the beast he signed up for. I really feel like we need to find a starting attacking trio. We constantly switch and mix our 3 attackers, and now we have no chemistry. Yildiz is a clear starter, but who are the other 2? I'm telling you right now, it's going to change from opponents too. And there's going to be games that will be different that you can mix it up. But Openda does better work when he's not the sole guy. Him, the sole guy up top, ain't going to cut it. Vlahović is much better going at defenses and also getting service in there. David is good at the hold-up play. He's good at the hold-up play, but same kind of thing. He needs to be getting opportunities, getting looks, and moving around. He's got to get used to the fact that there just ain't that kind of space in Italy. He's really got to get used to it. And this, Loca is awful. I strongly disagree. that Loca is awful. Modric outclassed Loca. His through balls are insane. Modric is an insane midfielder, but he also only finished the game with 2 key passes. The rest were crosses that spammed in that our defense made look like the best balls ever played. It was crazy. In terms of Loca's had a beautiful one. Actually had several beautiful through balls in there that we just couldn't capitalize on. Sadly, one was to Kalulu. He did throw a ball in there, and we made a mess. Made a mess at it. Loka's a very, very good defensive midfielder. A very, very good one. I disagree that he is awful. Strongly disagree with that take. Has anyone realized yet just how important Savona was to our defense last year? I don't know if I would go to the extent of saying how important Savona was. I mean, he's a good piece, but I mean, are we saying that Savona steps in for Kalulu on the outside there and all of a sudden we have the offensive prowess? That was the worst part of his game, was the offensive prowess. As a center back option in a 3-man unit, we only saw that a few times, but that's where I would have been playing him and I would have liked him around. But I'm not going to say that, you know, it was a be all end all how important he was. That's just me. I'm still convinced David is too bulky at the leg muscles, and I blame the slip on exactly that. I really hope Kalulu can start making himself useful and stop escorting his opponents. I just, you know, these are some of the things that I have issues with. Asking guys to play positions that I don't think suit them. That's Kalulu. That's one of them. And the setup. But also, you know, trying to be... I have a little leash for Kalulu because I wouldn't be playing him there. So it's like, it's frustrating to me. I just don't see him as being useful there. And I don't know what Tudor is so stuck on. I don't get it. I really don't get it. As far as David goes, it's hit and miss, but did the other strikers make it infinitely better? Did they make it infinitely better? No. We changed our game style, put 2 strikers in there, started to spam some crosses in there. And our crossing was poor. Cambiasso, man, he's got to learn to cross the ball. Just rough. Yeah, this is getting ugly, but there's a difference between drawing against Empoli and Genoa versus against Atalanta and Milan. Yes, of course there is. And like I said, that's part of our schedule that's actually good, is that those particular games are out of the way. Atalanta, Inter, Milan. That's a benefit to Juve. But it still doesn't release the fact that we have work to do. And we have a few things that we need to do much, much better. I'd rather see Rugani next to Bremer in center of defense for the rest of the season rather than these mutts. Yeah, back 4 with Rugani and Bremer as your main CBs isn't bad. And everybody's talking Kelly and whatnot. I'm sorry, Kelly still, and I said it all along while everybody's writing their apology letters to him. He still positionally, defensively makes some shocking positional takes. And today was one of them on that PK. Crazy. And he wasn't the only one. Gatti was in shambles back there. Crazy. What are the chances we keep Yildiz beyond this season? Apparently Arsenal scouts were here for him tonight. Well, if there's one benefit to them being there today, it's that he really didn't do much of anything at all. So if you're going to be scouting him to buy him, that would have been a game to scout him because he was very, very quiet. We got to start competing. We got to be in this title race late, deep into the season to protect certain guys from having these looks and maybe being enticed to go somewhere that's competing on all fronts. We really have to be careful. I've said this at the beginning of the season. It's critical for a guy like Yildiz, and Juve's responsibility to him is going to be competing on all fronts. Yeah, I give them some leash in Europe because there's no stability. We're still going into a new change in office. We got a new coach, new players. It's a very difficult situation. We continue to move forward through it. This season, nothing has changed for Juve. The same thing we called at the beginning, and that is Tudor has to maximize what he gets out of the group. Can he do it? Will he do it? What does he need to change that? Hey, there's a few things. Is he going to pull the trigger? We wait and see, everybody. But Yildiz, hey, if scouts are going to watch him, that's the game I'd want them watching. That's all I'm going to say. Guys, tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we're going to go in depth, okay, on the panel and tackle this game and everything in the aftermath and look to the international break and look at some things that Tudor can do and maybe some of the things. Hey, there's always positives in everything. This one feels rough because we probably should have lost. Let's not lie to ourselves. But 1 point, hey, you move on. The next one must win. Como have to take 3 points. Let's see what happens. You guys, like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. AJC Army, you guys are the absolute best. All right, so enjoy the rest of your weekend despite just a 0-0 draw. And we move from there. Clean sheet. Positive in that? Okay, too soon. Too soon. Hey, put the guns away. Put the guns away. Guys, talk to you in the morning. As always, no matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti. See you in the morning.